Let's look at section 4.4, Fractional Exponents and Radicals. The vocabulary. Right, it's important for you to remember what a power is. It's a base, a number, a base with an exponent. And that exponent means how many times you multiply that base out by itself. So we have some examples that you should know, like 2 squared is equal to 2 times 2. Our base shows up 2 times. 3 to the power of 4 is equal to 3 times 3 times 3 times 3. We can even have exponents on algebraic expression. A plus 1 to the power of 3 is equal to a plus 1 times a plus 1 times a plus 1. But now we want to extend out what exponents mean to when the exponent is not necessarily a whole number. Well, let's take a look over here. And let's see what this might mean. All right, so let's take a look at some exponents that we know. 2 raised to the power of 0. That's equal to 1, because everything raised to the power of 0 is 1. 2 to the power of 1 is equal to 2. 2 to the power of 2 is equal to 4. And that's 2 times 2. 2 to the power of 3 is equal to 8. And that's 2 times 2 times 2. And this chart can go on. But now, what happens if we have a power that's in between these two? Like, what would 2 to the power of 1/2 equal? I'm just going to erase this so we can write this out. What would 2 to the power of 0.5 equal? Well, 2 to the power of 0.5 obviously would have to be between 1 and 2. Somewhere between those two. But where exactly? Same thing. If we had 2 to the power of 2.1, what would that equal? Well, it would have to be somewhere between these two. And it would have to be closer to 4 than it would be to 8, because 2.1 is closer to 2 than it is to 3. So where do these decimal exponents go? Well, there is a pretty simple answer. We're going to be working with fractional exponents. So 2 to the power of 1/2. Well, 1/2 is between 0 and 1. So the answer to the power of 1/2 has to be between 1 and 2. And we actually get it by changing it into a square root. These two numbers are the same thing. 2 to the power 1/2 is equal to the square root of 2, which is approximately equal to 1.41. Now, can I prove that 2 to the 1/2 is equal to the square root of 2? Well, I can. So let's write this out. 2 to the power of 1/2. And let's make it equal to the square root of 2. What happens when we square both sides? Square both sides. Well, if we take the square root of 2 and we square it, we get the square root of 2 times the square root of 2, which is equal to 2. Now, if we apply our exponent laws on this side, we multiply the exponents together. So we get 2 to the power of 2 over 2. And 2 to the power of 2 over 2 is just equal to 2 to the power of 1, which is equal to 2. So these two things are the same. All right, so we have a basis now for working with fractional exponents. All right, so we need to remember this power to a power, the exponent law. If we have a power x to the y raised to the power z, we just multiply the exponents. Looks like this. 3 squared to the power of 4 is equal to 3 to the power of 8. I mean, we can work this backwards. 2 to the power of 10 could be equal to 2 squared to the power of 5. Same thing, we should have a good understanding of the power to a